Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. I'm so glad you joined me today. I've got a great show, and I've titled it, Your Only Limit is You. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. Let's get started with today's show. All right, friends, hear me loud and clear, and I'm speaking to myself here as well. Friends, your only limit is you. Yeah, you. And that's my theme for today, because when all is said and done and the dust settles and you're staring at the sunset of your life, whether it's easy to accept or not, the reason you are where you are is because of the decisions you made yesterday, today, and most likely tomorrow. Now, please don't hear that as anything other than an obvious reminder. But also do not continue to live in a way that is dumped on you without your approval or agreement. Admit it, you are in control. And your only decision is how you will choose to live. Now that you've been reminded, let me share a few ways to set yourself up for outrageous success. Listen, as much as we like to blame our circumstances, our lot in life, our family, our boss, or whatever is the point, to the reason you have not fulfilled your life purpose, in the end, it comes down to the most basic and simple truth-filled understanding that when all is said and done, the only limit on your life is placed on you by you. Hey, you can argue with me all you want about how life didn't give you what others had, and I'm going to show you millionaire after millionaire who grew up in an orphanage or on the streets with nothing and no one, and yet they beat the odds. We read about them in magazines, we see them on TV, we admire them today. Now, you can continue to argue that Deb doesn't understand all you're responsible for, and those responsibilities are holding you back, taking your time, keeping you running in place so you can meet your obligations and provide for others. I hear you, and I will push back and remind you that others have done exactly what you're currently doing with all the responsibilities that you have, plus some, and have still rocketed to success. So, my friends, that excuse will not work. And my line is true. Your only limit, well, it's you. You may quietly tell me that you're not well, so that's why you've not been able to accomplish your dreams or achieve your goals. And while I understand, to a point, the emotional toll that an illness can place on a person, throughout history, I can still show you success after success, despite, and in some cases because of, their illness. People who have pushed through and achieved breakthrough success. Because remember, your only limit is you. So in the quiet of our time together, let's just be honest and admit that your only limit is you and my only limit is me. And although I preach and teach this weekly, I too wonder why I'm at one level and not another. I'm guessing that in the stillness of night, we all wonder what could be and how can we get there. I got to tell you, I've often wondered how it happens. How does somebody who comes from nothing go on to win big in life? My theory is this. When you start with nothing, you've got nothing to lose. So those people move ahead and take the chance, frankly, any chance, to change their lives. Because when all is said and done, whatever happens to them is just par for the course since they started with nothing. So they've got nothing to lose. I've got to believe that any loss or win, no matter what it was, would not reflect too intensely on them since no one thought they'd make it anyway, or certainly not make anything of themselves from the start. When you think about that, for so many people, there is, in an odd sort of way, a freedom in low expectations if you don't acknowledge that the only limit to you is you, my friend. When you do realize that you choose to limit your options or you're sick and tired of no one believing in you and your dreams, then one day you might choose to change your life, your outcome, your trajectory from the unexpected to the amazing when you concede that your only limits you. I paralleled the drive to those who came from nothing to those who have a family, a home, an education. Truth be told, I think about myself and my friends. Many of us had a safe foundation on which to land if life didn't work out as we had hoped, and any fall from grace would be treated as a slight or minor embarrassment, easily covered up by our family and friends, so as not to cause much more gossipy prayer request at the local church than at the local country club. Yes, we hid our missed expectations, and we settled for what we could easily master and continued. And yet I wonder what would have happened if our families had allowed us to fail and forced us to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, making us try again, to give us a few degrees of separation from the safe foundation to which we gripped for fear of being exposed as a failure. For so many, that would never happen, so we'll never know what the outcome might have been. Those are memories that we keep hidden and only bring out to relive when we dream about the almost success we might have had if things had worked out differently. But here's the thing. Setting aside what you assume, there is still time to do whatever it is you want to accomplish. Hey, I get it. It might be a bit more difficult to do since life filled your empty space and time. But please don't think that option is closed to you. Unless the dream is no longer allowed, perhaps climbing the Great Pyramids, you are still in the running for the race. Now you might need to make a few adjustments so you can make it happen. Will it be easy? Universally, I can say no. Not like it would have been back in the day, but it doesn't mean it's not doable. If you're hiking Mount Kilimanjaro, I can only imagine the physical pain you're heading towards. But they say once you reach the top, it is worth the journey. Will it still mean as much? Yeah, I'm guessing it will. But you're going to have to tell me when you cross the finish line. I do know this. Unless you try, you'll never have the satisfaction of knowing the outcome. Win, lose, or draw, at least you've got a great story to tell. Will it still matter? I would say yes, because you're still thinking about it. So the dream, the desire, the hope is still there waiting to be ignited. You just need to strike the match and get going while there's still time. Remember, the truth is you've ignored or made excuses in your past for this limit you have placed on yourself. No one else did. And truly, you can make a change anytime you choose. All right, so bottom line, we have now established the fact that you should no longer make cheesy excuses or hide. Let's think through the nitty-gritty of making something big happen. The main obstacles I hear about are money, age, and time. All right, let's talk about money. My theory on money is this. Simply put, you'll most likely not have much more money tomorrow than you have today. So go ahead, being somewhat wise and prudent, and make expenditures for an opportunity of a lifetime. The way I see it, between the monetary interest of your money and the time and value of a trip or adventure, financially speaking, you should go as soon as you can and as soon as you can make the time. You'll have time to make the money to pay it back if you go now. Waiting is just going to cost you more because everything costs more. By the way, don't have your financial advisor call me. They will never approve of you having fun spending money you don't have enough of or did not save enough of, okay? Listen, they're protecting your future for the nursing home for an extra year or two. Whoa, good for you. But Deb and the rest of your friends, on the other hand, I want to hear your stories of your great adventure. Now, the other two are age and time. It was George Bernard Shaw who said, "Youth is wasted on the young." And now that I'm older, I think I understand that meaning. I think I do. I'm under the impression that when you're younger, you take more chances because you can bounce back a bit better. But those of us who are tired, old, and cranky, we don't bounce back as well. If the dream is to run your own business, you can start a sideline business and see how it goes. The fact is, you are going to have to make some time to do it, so you'll make it. In the past, I've posted a video by Gary Vaynerchuk. I like the guy, I just hate the fact he swears all the time. Seriously, at this age, Gary, get a grip. All right, his video is about the second half of your life and how, with the right mindset, it could be better than the first half due to the wide open door of technology that the world has put at your fingertips. The best part about being a more mature entrepreneur is you've got life skills and knowledge that kids never learned, or most likely will never know until they dive into life and learn. So friend, stop your belly aching about age and time and money. As you well know, when something's exciting, time flies. And by the way, people don't really ask your age anymore. What they ask is what you know and if you'll teach them. So consider stepping up to the plate and getting ready to swing for the bleachers. And if you're willing, I believe the world is ready and waiting for you. If you're able, the opportunity will show itself. And if you set aside your limits and excuses that you've been carrying around for years, hear me, my friend, there is no stopping you from fulfilling your dream. The truth is, I'm right. Your only limit is you. So I want you to own it, crush it, forget about it, and do what you were born to do. I know, tough love, but I can't tell you how many people whine to me that they can't do what they want to do, and they always have some great excuse. And listen, I get it. We're old, we're tired, we're exhausted. But wow, if there's something still burning a hole in your heart, I want you to think about doing it. And here's my promise. I want you to join me next week. We're going to continue talking about this journey for your amazing life so we can work towards a better day. And remember, Deb doesn't care what the world says about you. I care about you. And I care about you because I really think some of you are allowing cheeseball excuses stop you from your big life. And I think you can do big things. And I'm going to walk alongside you as we follow that dream together. All right, thanks for staying with me today. I know, tough love, but you can take it. All right, join me next week. I'll try to be nicer.